Okay, I promised. Okay, the reason I'm looking around, I got, think I'm kind of nuts talking in a graveyard. So, the issue is how fanatical or dedicated should you be to a political philosophy? Clem Downey said in his only missive, his one word line, his installation of wisdom said, be only 75%. And he let us think it out. We were NDP at the time, or a socialist. Socialist really doesn't exist. I can get to that later. If you're hooked on a political party and you're really fanatical, dedicated to it, hold back a part of you. Because if you don't, you're bound to be disappointed. Here's a problem with all political philosophies. On paper, they work fine. Even communism is an excellent idea. But there's only one problem with all these political philosophies, whether it be socialist, liberal, conservative. It has one big problem. They all have humans attached to it. And for some reason, when people get into power, it goes away. Promises never kept. Even dictators do the same thing. It doesn't matter whether they're elected or not. Recently, one of the biggest disappointments has been Justin Trudeau's change of voting power. In a way, I'm in favor of first past the post, but most of the people wanted and voted for him to change the voting system to allow plurality or minority governments, which meant coalitions that you have to work together. In this modern world, you can't be hooked on a political philosophy thoroughly. You should be willing to change. If you look at animal societies like bees and ants and cockroaches, they have all sorts of animals. They've got adventuring animals. They got conservative animals that look after the nest. They got bees that, the workers, and then they got explorers, and they got soldiers. You need all those kinds of people, and you should listen to them all. I've been a liberal. No, I haven't been a liberal. I've been a conservative, a member of the NDP, a member of the National Party. But I always remember that's 75%. It's a rule. Rule number 1, rule number 2, and all the rules above. Because the one thing I can guarantee, the Green Party, and that's a huge disappointment, is that the people get into power and they like the position. They just love being boss. And I can't blame them. But always remember in politics and whether you're going to vote, you're responsible for your vote. Now, I know there's a million votes and then 1 out of a million, but you are responsible for one vote, and if that vote is well spent, then they'll all be well spent. That's the way it turns out. First, you must look after your own. Sometimes a conservative idea works for you. Sometimes a liberal idea works for you. Then fine. Switch parties, switch allegiances, switch MPs. Okay? But then there's the other part. Kennedy says, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And that's also part of your vote. Sometimes there's bigger issues in an election than your own personal satisfaction. I am an old style first past the post guy, but I can understand the need for a change in the voting system to a more European system. So that's why I'm 75%. The guy was a huge disappointment. They're all disappointments. Harper's a disappointment. When he when he went to a majority, he became a jerk. When he was a minority government prime minister for a Conservative, he was doing okay. It's because a minority government holds that 25%. It doesn't allow politicians to get fully blown, okay?